me after the third fake rescue attempt. She shouldered a Saint Laurent bag that I'd seen her leave sitting in a puddle of pool water. Just ignore her next time. Back in Philly, ignoring a girl usually led to the worst kind of things. Just ignore her while she screams for help. Sure, I'd thought. Easy enough for some girl who goes to Temple to say. But now, weeks later, Lottie could kill someone in front of me, and I would ignore her. Nothing I haven't seen before. I took the summer job only so my mother would untangle the barbed wire she had wrapped around my very existence and breathe without her watching me. Since we'd left Philly, she'd been hovering. In doorways, in the chair across the dinner table after we'd finished eating, in the front window while I pulled my bike out of the garage. I wanted to swat her away like a gnat buzzing in my ear, but I knew she was only trying to love me. She was only making sure I knew that she did. After everything. I tried to imagine her at 18, barely a year older than I was now, with a sleeping baby tucked into her zipped-up hoodie while she filled out college applications. I tried to imagine the weight of it, how heavy it was to keep someone alive when you didn't even know how to file your own taxes. Whenever she annoyed me, I went there in my head, sitting at that kitchen counter in my grandmother's house beside my 18-year-old mother cradling 1-month-old me, and reminded myself that being her burden was a choice I had to actively make. I didn't have to choose it, but I did, too many times. And there she would be, in my bedroom doorway, tucking a lock of her short black bob behind one ear and eyeing me like I was a bomb, poised to explode at any moment. A daughter made of fire and smoke. I blew the long whistle to signal Adult Swim, and a collective groan emanated from the kids in the pool as moms and nannies slid into the water with their floats. It was my break, so I hopped down from the lifeguard stand and swung my whistle lanyard around my finger, flip-flops smacking on the concrete as I made my way to the snack bar. Halfway across the pool deck, Lottie approached me, her lips purple from the popsicle she was eating, an over-exaggerated look of disgust on her face. "You're gonna get fired, you know," she taunted, sticky purple melting down her fingers. "I'll tell my mom on you." I feigned interest and concern, lifting my eyebrows at her. Me? Fired? From this absolute paradise of employment? Oh, man, I snapped my fingers. What'll I do then? Before she could open her stupid purple mouth again, I blew my whistle sharply. She flinched and covered her ears, dropping her popsicle. I knew I was grinning, even as Lottie stared at me slack-jawed, and curled her small hands into fists at her hips. "No food on the deck," I said, swinging my whistle again and walking toward the snack bar. Lottie stomped off behind me. The snack bar at the club wasn't like the hot dog carts outside the neighborhood public pool in Philly, where we'd grab syrupy snow cones. The snack bar was less a snack bar and more an actual bar, manned by one pretty pool boy or another. It usually rotated between Jackson and Liam, who were always dressed in navy blue West Shore country club polos and khaki shorts. Jackson was 22, and I'd occasionally catch him staying after a shift to shoot the shit with the golf caddies in the club's main bar, throwing back Heinekens and eating the free bar nuts. He was born and raised in Willow Creek, which he'd mentioned during one of my first afternoons at the country club, before the pool had officially opened for the season. He'd been standing behind the pool deck bar, dark hair smoothed back, and thick shoulders hunched lazily. "This place is like a black hole," he'd said, endlessly drying a fully dry glass with a bar towel. "Even when you think you're out, it sucks you back in." Later I learned from the gossipy club waitresses that his pessimism was due to being forced back to Willow Creek by circumstance. He'd lost his server job in Harrisburg after he got caught selling coke out of the restaurant's parking lot and had to move back home. Or so they said. I still thought there was some merit to his angst. Willow Creek seemed like one of those towns that sank its dull teeth into you and locked its jaw. Liam was 18, fresh out of Willow Creek High School, and practically foaming at the mouth to get out of town. Penn State was waiting for him in the fall, complete with frat parties and keg stands, or so I imagined. He looked the type. He had a head full of loose honey...